Hello, everyone. Welcome to CQ POTA Podcast. My name is Bill, W0KAL. I'll send it over to Dave. Let him introduce himself.
Hey, this is Dave, WD9N in Illinois.
Hello, this is Alex, Whiskey 6, Whiskey in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Oh, the whiskey.
POTA Boy, Kilo Delta 8, Lima Hotel Radio. I am in Ohio, Northeast.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the CQ POTA Podcast. We're going to let a few people in. Good morning, Adam. How you doing? Let a couple people get in here. We got actually a poll this week, too. So we'll be putting up a poll here in a little bit. So.
And no, you can't hang an antenna off it.
Nope. Not that kind of poll.
Not that kind of poll.
So we were just talking before the show, and absolutely none of us has done an activation. Life has gotten in the way, and so in the last 30 days, none of us have done activations, but hopefully in the near future. Sonny, do you got anything planned?
Actually, yeah, I've been doing some other stuff, in my personal life, and also on the other platform. But I'm going to be getting out to the park probably next weekend and doing a thing out there. My YouTube is up and running now. It is fixed. I can go live on YouTube again. They got it all straightened around, and I have done probably 3 or 4 private sessions and been up and able to run my YouTube with no issues whatsoever. So hopefully I didn't lose a whole butt ton of subscribers, and I can get that rolling back up again and doing my parks on the air. But unfortunately with that, work gets in the way. That's what's come across to me. I've got work. Dave's got work. Bill discovered that girls are real. So
I don't know. I was going to put that out there, though, Sonny.
Sorry. Bill still likes Bills. We've all had life getting in the way of things, and if I was to go to the park, I'd be getting out there at this time of the night. And usually at this time of the night is when Bigfoot comes out to visit me.
Cool.
I got this little fan, and it's USB controlled, and it's got a button there. And it lights. Pretty cool. But it only fans for so long. And it's on a tripod. So we got the pool going, and the first question we was going to ask was if everybody thought Sonny was crazy. 1 or 2. And then Bill puts up there, have you activated any park in the last 30 days? 1 or 2, guys. Let's do a poll. We're going to figure something out to do with this poll, but we figured it would be something neat to do. How Bill has it there, he just wanted to hide half of his hairdo and one eye, so he could be a pirate.
He's hiding.
Arr.
I was going to say you got to do the R. So
if you're looking at the comments on YouTube, that's what all the numbers were. We were testing it.
Yeah, we were playing. Welcome there, Adam. Good to see you in there, brother. What'd I do?
Nobody's voting in the poll.
Adam just voted in the poll. We got 100%. If you're out there, and we know POTA Power is going to be one, of course. If you're checking us out for the first time, welcome to the show. I'm KD8LHR POTA Boy. This is CQ POTA Podcast, and we basically ain't got too much of no. Everybody's been busy, so we haven't really done any research or anything on what to talk about. What our content is going to be this evening for the show, because we, like I said, we all been busy. What have you been up to, Alex?
I was at Bill's for a week,
Fun.
and
We
we
had a great
had
time.
a great time. We chatted lots and lots and lots of chatting, hanging out together, just catching up. Yeah, it was a good time, man.
Have a few shots of bourbon?
No.
Nope. We didn't drink anything at all the whole time he was here.
Nope.
Wow. Good job, guys. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Just a lot of chit
Losers.
chatting and did a little running around and stuff. And yeah, it was nice. Definitely nice. But that's what I was up to over the last week. So
Nice.
Alex made use of my hotel on wheels,
yep,
also known as an RV.
I did.
That's cool. I'm glad you guys are far enough apart, but yet close enough together to do that and show the camaraderie. Because a lot of times, Bill gets lonely and needs somebody to spoon with.
That's right.
I don't know about
Exactly.
Well,
So, anyways, Dayton's coming up, guys. We all got our tickets, but this guy right here.
Yeah. David's the holdout.
David's the holdout.
I don't know that that's going to be happening this year.
Yeah.
When is it?
Yeah.
It's in May.
It's in a month.
Yeah.
It's in a month.
May, is it?
May 15th, 16th, and 17th. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, I wouldn't completely rule it out, but right now I'm going to say it's probably unlikely. I would love to get there, but yeah, we're like right at a month out, so I don't know.
Quit it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
See, watch. You'll see.
I need my
Put the
need a
light
place
on,
to put my
turn it
tent
down.
up if I come over, because I doubt you can get a hotel room within 2 hours of that place right now.
Maybe not now.
Maybe not now.
Our hotel is not too far away. So,
Well, I know a fellow that doesn't live too far away over there. I don't know if he'd have a place I could crash or anything like that. But
yeah.
I suppose that might be an option too. But
Yeah, I know. This year is going to be. It's going to be an experience for Bill and Alex. It's their first time going. It'll be my second time. I've got the initial ooh, so now I'm going to get the oh
And then the
part of it done.
and then the ah.
Yeah, the third time is the I could just sit back, relax. I've seen this, done this, been here.
Adam is telling us to sleep in the car.
Random street.
they won't let
Yeah.
you do that at the site. I remember seeing that.
I knew somebody that did last year.
Yeah, you might be able
I
to.
met them actually.
I mean, if they let me put my wall tent up and, hang some antennas up somewhere, that'd be all right.
You can. They got a spot for that. I think they got a spot for tents. I know that.
Oh, now I got to find
Whether it's wall tents or whatever, but
I gotta look.
I believe they do.
Yeah, I didn't know they had any camping or tenting or anything. I know there are other campgrounds around the area, but I would be willing to bet those are all booked up now too.
It does have a thing for on-site camping and accommodations.
This is going to become
Chris
one
is
of
2
them
hours
shows
away.
where they
I've never
rumble.
been there.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Hope you sleep well tonight. Chris says I'm like 2 hours away. Still never been there. Chris, what are you waiting on?
No tent camping is permitted.
Chris, we're going to be up there this year. So
yeah,
you should
we'll be
stop
up there this year. Yeah,
There's
come
gonna be
on
a-
up.
Big crew from our group.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Has anybody heard? Is KB going? Has
KB
he
is
said
not going. He has a motorcycle thing that's static that he did not go to last year, and it's a big deal. He has to go to it.
Yes. Yeah, I understand
he's
that.
big
Been there,
into
done that. Been there, done
I've
that.
tried to guilt him into it.
No, I won't even do that. That with his position in the community there, that you can't do that. And I understand 100%. Waiting for the lottery to hit. Well, good luck on that, and share the wealth. We do have. We each have Cash App.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mine's
yes.
simple. So my next activation, probably gonna. I've been thinking about it lately. I'm probably going to be doing a twofer, but I'm going to be a little busy along with work.
That is correct, Adam.
Nice. Yeah, Chris, you got to play first to win. You can't win if you don't play. See? It shuts off all by itself.
It's hooked up to your computer, Sonny.
No. Yeah, no. That cord is not.
Okay.
No, that cord's not. That cord is not. So anyways, my next activation is probably going to be in a twofer down in Mosquito Lake, but I'm also going to be a little bit busy. Just made a big purchase. Going to be taking care of that. Got a lot of moving, so I'm going to need people coming over to help take down a tower and antenna. And
Did I hear free radios?
no, but you can have the 2 meter 12 element beam that's up on my tower.
Nice.
It's only 2 years old. If you want to come over and help, take that with you. I don't do 2 meters and 70 centimeters anymore. I'm strictly HF.
You know, I keep thinking I want to put a 2 meter 440 back here in the shack, but I just haven't done it.
Well, this is just a 2 meter 12 element Yagi.
I don't even
And,
have a radio for in the shack. The only thing I've got in here is HF.
I'll tell you what, if you come over and take it down, I will give you the antenna and let's see. I'll throw something else in there.
Here is the dilemma of that, Sonny. I drive a diesel. It would probably be cheaper for me to just buy the antenna than it would be to drive out there and back. That's the back
You could
part.
be right. You could be right, but hey, it's a free antenna still.
Well, that's true. That is true. I gotta look at that. I don't see if I can have you in here somewhere.
You guys hear the battle of the Chihuahuas out there?
Yes.
No,
It's
I don't.
awesome.
You don't hear
I'm
that?
not hearing.
Interesting.
You guys ain't hearing that?
I do.
I'm not. No. I'm
I can
I'm
hear
sure-
it. I can hear the.
But you've got your headphones on.
yeah.
That's probably why, because you got your headphones on.
Well, and I'm old, so I don't hear things anymore.
What?
Huh? Eh?
Eh? What'd you say there, Sonny? I didn't say nothing. Anywho, so yeah, my next activation is going to be on a day off, and it'll be done in a twofer. I'm going to go down Mosquito Lake, Mosquito Creek, get that done, and I'll be playing on my YouTube and getting that rolling again. Like I said, it's back up. I was playing with it today. I got an email stating that, hey, we got it figured out. I've never heard of this, but apparently what happened was my YouTube just decided to say no, and it crashed. My personal YouTube thing. You could still see everything there, but it said there was nothing there.
Interesting.
So that's what happened, and they
Huh.
got it was on their end. It wasn't nothing I did. I wasn't banned or anything like that. But it every time I would go on, it would work 1 minute, and then within 5 minutes of live streaming, it would tell me you don't have enough subscribers to live stream. Boom, done, and shut off. So
That's
Yeah.
weird.
yeah.
So you're
Matter of
good
fact,
now.
Yes. Today I did probably about a 25-minute test run on it, where I
Nice.
was in a private, just doing a live, and I was live, but it was private. The only way anybody could see I was live is if I sent you the invites or whatever. And I was on there with another gentleman that was helping me out with it, that works with YouTube, and we were just sitting there chatting about it, and that's where I got the information that, it was saying that my user stuff crashed on my end. And
Nice.
so we got that all fixed and taken care of. I can go live now. So I was 25 minutes into it. Hillbilly Ham, what's
Hillbilly
happening,
Ham.
brother?
Hillbilly Ham gives us a 1.
All right, Hillbilly Ham with number 1. Hillbilly, we got no content for today. We're just all talking. Well, I'm talking.
You're good at that. It's a normal ham radio thing.
It is. It's a normal ham radio. It's great if you are a net control, either on HF or 2 meter side, 70 centimeter side. That's great. You got to have a gift of gab. You got to be able to communicate with people as a net control. That's another thing that I thought about, and I've thought about it. I think I brought it up with Alex or maybe Bill about doing a POTA net. I think we talked about that before, just to satisfy the curiosity of the net guys.
How would that work? I don't know what that would consist of. A POTA net.
I don't know either. We never went nowhere with it. I didn't go nowhere with it. I just thought about it because you get all these guys that are doing nets, and they come in there. Oh, we got a net starting in 10 minutes. Well, I'm running a net right now. CQ POTA net, CQ POTA net.
Yeah, you have to be in a park to check into the net. Is that how that works?
No, but that will give you points, extra
Give you
points. You do not have to be in the park to check into the net, but it will give you extra points. And if you are in a park or are not in a park, yeah, and then we do a hunter's net. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. Hey,
that'd be like
who
the
was
DX nets, I guess.
yeah,
You
it'd
know,
be something
coordinate
like that.
contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if the bands don't cooperate, you know how that goes.
It's HF. It's HF, man.
Yeah,
The
you never
bands
know.
don't coordinate or cooperate for all them other guys that do them nets. I'm not a personal fan of nets. I'd keep the nets to 2 meters and 70 centimeters. You know, keep it over there.
I did a bit of time as a service control op on mid cars for a while. That wasn't terrible.
So I'm a member of one of the nets, the Ole Miss net, and it's a way different animal than like a 2 meter 70 centimeter net.
It is.
So you're actually making HF contacts and all that. So you really can't do that style of net. It's I worked all states awards and stuff like that. So work all the first responders and stuff like that. So there's stuff for you to work towards versus just check in and, hey, I did a POTA last week, or took the kids out to dinner. It's different than that. It's just making the contacts and trying to work towards an award.
Well, that's what we do in POTA.
Yeah.
I used to do. I'd stop by and say hi to some of the nets or something, just drop by or whatever. But there are so many stinking nets anymore. It's just like, I'm over it. I don't.
And a lot of them are good nets. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them are good nets. I've never had a problem with Ole Miss. Any of the car nets, mid cars, E car, N car, W car, whatever. I've never had a problem with any of them. There's only 2 nets that I've had an issue with, and that's the Maritime Mobile Net. They apparently bought stock in 300, and what was the other one? We've talked about it before, Bill, where they just come in and barrel over
the
top.
Spider web net on
on
47, 347. They come in. We've activated there a lot of times, and they'll come in and say, "Hey, we're going to have a net. You need to move." And they're just rude as could be about it. We're going to have a net, and you need to move. We're on this frequency every twice a day. At these times, you need to move. Well, to which I said, that's not the way nets work. I'm a member of at least one net, and you move when somebody else is using the frequency. Now you can come at me and ask nicely, and I would have gladly moved if they asked nicely. But I says, no, we've been here for an hour and a half. We got another 45 minutes before we're done with our activate or done here. And so they just kicked their amps on and started coming over top of us and just started talking amongst themselves to push it off the frequency. And I'm not the first person that's happened to me 2 or 3 times on the spider web net. I call it the Spider-Man net. But yeah, they've been rude like that to a lot of people.
But yeah, like you just said, if you come up on a frequency and you start activating, POTA activators, I've never heard one POTA activator come in there and just start going, oh, CQ POTA. It's always, is the frequency in use?
Yep.
2,
I call
3,
3 times.
4 times. I call 3 times, and I give X amount of time between each call, and I make sure the frequency is clear. And so does every other activator that I've ever heard activate the park. And when a net comes in and you're activating the park and you're on that frequency, and I've done this, you ask me nicely and I will move.
Yep.
And I'll even
I
put you in my log. Exactly. And that's the difference between POTA activators and net control. Net control think that they're God, and they're not. They think that and I'm going to put it out there. I'm not scared of nobody. You come throw carriers on me, shoot me down on my YouTube, whatever. Net control operators need to learn their place in the ham radio community and have the same courtesy that us activators have. We go into these parks, we take our own equipment, we don't ask nobody for nothing except for the frequency to be clear for us to activate.
Yeah, I've
That's
never
it.
had a problem with any net ever other than the spiderweb net on 347.
Them
I
two
remember
nuts.
there was a guy came in on one of my activations, and I do not remember what group he was with, but he came in, made contact with me just like everybody else does. And then he asked me, he says, do you have an idea how much longer you're going to be here on the frequency? I said, I don't really know. Why? He says, well, we've got a net that starts up here, and I don't know, it was like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. And he says, I know you guys don't usually sit and operate for hours on end typically. He says, if you're just going to be, 30, 40 minutes or something, get an activation, and then you're going to clear off, he says, we'll just wait and start the net late. He says, but if you think you're going to be longer, he says, we might just go find another frequency and move the net.
Yep.
And I was just blown away. I mean, in 30 plus years of ham radio, I don't think I've ever had a net come in like that.
So the
yeah.
OMS net on 20 meters operates on 14,290. But if somebody like a POTA already set up on 14,290 and is calling and everything, first they'll ask, and if the guy just got there or whatever, he says, man, I had a hard time finding this frequency, then they'll say, oh, that's fine, and they go find another frequency.
Sure.
Or they'll wait. They've waited for me.
Yeah.
And I was actually working a pile up when that one happened.
Both times the spiderweb net did it to me. I had a huge pileup, like one of those loud, crazy pileups, both times, and they just kicked their amps on and went over top of me. They just started having a conversation.
What are they going to do when us activators start bringing amps out? Like one individual that we all make contact with, and he's out there quite often, runs 500 watts.
Just
mobile
remember,
amp.
There's 240 at my favorite activating spot.
There you go.
It kind of makes the guy want to almost be a jerk and set up on that frequency and just have a long QSO with 3 or 4 people and just mess with their net the way they're messing with POTAs.
But here's the thing. 5 million amp hour. Yeah. 500 million watt hour battery. Here's the thing. Us activators are a little more courteous, and we understand that, there's a gentleman's agreement that when you occupy a frequency, until you're done, that frequency's yours.
Yep.
And another thing that we don't do as activators, if we have that, most every activator out there is spotted in some way or form. We always check. I do. I know I do. I check all the spotting. I check the POTA data app. I check Polo. I check, what's that other one? World Radio League. I check all the spotting apps everywhere where somebody can be spotted, and I check the frequencies. If I don't hear somebody on a frequency, if it says, okay, Bill is on 14.213 or whatever, just a random number, 213, 14.213 is where Bill's at. I go to 213. I want to make a contact with Bill, and I don't hear him. I'm going to move on. Okay. I'm not just going to say, okay, well, I don't hear Bill, but he was spotted here 10 seconds ago. I'm not going to say, okay, I don't hear him, so I'm just going to call CQ POTA. I'm just
Yeah.
going to call and see if the frequency is in use. We always check if the frequency is in use before we get on there.
Well, and here's
always-
part of the reason that you might not hear them. What if they're QRP?
Mm-hmm.
What if they have a semi-compromised antenna? They're still
But-
making contacts and all that.
The solution
so-
to that is listening.
Yes.
If you listen,
Yep.
a lot of times you'll hear the people that are calling them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly
you can
what
go,
I
Sometimes
was
you
getting
will.
at.
"What's going on here? Let's go find another frequency."
Yep.
Because
Exactly.
you'll get that a lot. I mean, if there's somebody in, for me, I'm in Illinois. If there's somebody in California activating or Missouri activating, I'm not going to hear them, but I'm going to hear
Yep.
all the people calling them.
Yeah.
So, that's something else. Just listen. Just listen for a while. You'll hear things going on.
Yeah.
Now, the other side of that is the people that are like, oh, well, I'm 2 kilohertz away. That should be fine.
Yeah.
No, that's
No.
not.
3 is usually the given.
98% of the people out there are running a radio that's going to be somewhere in the ballpark of 2.7 to 3K wide.
Yep.
So you're
Yeah,
going to be fast band.
I always go 3K wide, and I actually was up on 305 one time, and the Kenwood radio that we use doesn't splatter. It just doesn't. We've checked it out many times, and so Maritime Net came up and said we're splattering all over them. I'm like, no. Now maybe somebody contacting us did, but not us.
Right.
But they wanted us to move up 2 more, which they wanted us all the way up to 307.
There's another poll you can do right there, Bill. We got the census on that one. 40% say yes and 60% say no. What are we doing wrong? I'm part of the no, and I've been slacking because of work.
Typical
Okay,
hand-
question is
the backseat.
question is on this next poll. Have you? There you go.
Oh, that's so definitive. Yes or no? What about the sometimes or a little bit?
All the time. All the time, baby.
Sonny, what's your
Okay,
poll going to be?
Question is, have you ever been forced to move your frequency for a net? If that's not too long. Has a net ever interfered with your POTA?
I like that. What better?
Yeah, well, we got 3 ones out there that say I'm crazy. Just a little bit.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Which one are we currently answering?
All of them.
Oh,
I think they're answering the one if I'm crazy.
Oh, I already killed this
We
crazy
all-
one, guys.
that
I
is
just put that up to be
Crazy in our
goofy.
own way.
Adam.
You're right, Adam. We're all crazy in our own way. We definitely are.
Well,
Alex,
Yes.
has a net ever interfered with your hunting?
Yes, actually, it has. Many times.
I'm sitting here trying to think. I don't recall
I'm trying to figure.
any instances of a net coming up and just being like, yeah, we're firing up a net, get out of the way. In my activations, it has happened just, in general QSOs, but I don't think doing an activation I've ever actually had that happen.
Yeah, I've been asked to move many times, but they're the only net that's really rude about it. The spiderweb net, and they say they're on twice a day, so I don't know how they could have so much to talk
I-
about and be so important.
They
Yeah,
don't. They think they get special consideration because they call themselves a net. But that's the way
What
some-
exactly is their what's their topic? I guess I don't know. What are they
Nothing.
about? Maritime
Nothing.
Mobile obviously is about Maritime Mobile, so keep that to Maritime. Why don't they do that net on Maritime frequencies?
No, the spiderweb net is more of I'm Jim Bob and I fixed the barn door today. That's their net.
It's a rag chewing group that wants to call themselves a net so they can say, hey, you got to move. We got a net. That's what it sounds
That's
like.
exactly what the spiderweb net is.
Yep.
Well,
And
I'll call
just
them out
rude,
on
a
it.
bunch of rude people. Yep.
Yeah, I don't.
Exactly, Adam. You see what Adam said?
Yeah.
He's 100% correct right there. Now, I said I'm against nets, and I am. I think that there's only two of them that I'm really against, and the spider web is one of them, and Maritime Mobile, because they think they own the frequency that they go to, and if you're already on there and you got 20 minutes, 25 minutes before their net starts, they just start barreling over you. They don't give you your time. They don't give you your space. And that's the problem I have.
Here's what I really wish would finally happen. The FCC, the ARRL, some governing body for ham radio needs to come out and definitively say, yes, 300 is officially the Maritime Mobile only. They only can do it. Or 300 is open to any net, anything that wants to come. They need to clarify that because there's so much
Well, that's already
people
clarified.
being butthurt about whether or not they should be there, whether or not they have rights to 300 or they do not have rights to 300. There's people extremely passionate both ways.
They
So,
have exactly
governing-
the same right to 14,300 that any other ham does. That is
Yeah.
all of our frequency. Whoever got there first.
Mhm.
Now,
And-
the problem with that is you get in there and 75 meters of an evening is really a big deal because as the D layer absorption drops out in the evening, the band changes. So there could be a group of guys talking, and the next thing you know, here's this other group talking right on top of you, and everybody's like,
Thank you.
ticked off at each other. And it's not that anybody was in the wrong; the band changed. That happens, That's the other thing we have to figure out in that. Do I want to know what's going on there?
The dog wants my sandwich. The dog ain't getting my sandwich.
Well, if it was a bigger dog, maybe.
Oh no, we fight. I fight a dog. I fight a dog. Dog ain't getting no sandwich of mine. No, sorry.
Adam wants to know what kind of sandwich you have.
Bread, bacon, and what is that? Oh, bread, bacon, egg, and cheese. It's a breakfast sandwich.
Say that sounds like a
I
breakfast.
don't like croissants, so
Not for that.
I just use bread. Makes a body fat.
Sounds good, he says. Good
So-
deal.
Alex, explain to us how, because even though we've had like 50 other different things go through our head and out of our mouth and everything like that, we never did say, Alex, explain to us how it has, a net has interfered with your eyebrows.
Okay.
Okay.
Your
Adam
Don't
had a
work on
cheeseburger with
American
egg.
girls.
I was explaining with my eyebrows.
Oh, that, okay. All right.
You
Do
just
that
asked
again?
me to.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, typically,
Morse code eyebrows.
that's right. Morse code eyebrows.
Oh, that hurt my brain right now.
Usually it's when there's bleed over. It's bleed over from the nets. That's usually when it affects me as a hunter.
The guys that are running all knobs to the right and they're 9K wide with their 3K radio.
Yeah.
Yep. But all their buddies tell them they sound great. And even if you send them a video off of your pan adapter on an SDR, they're like, wow, that's your receiver.
Yep. Exactly.
And you're sitting there going, how did you get a license? That's one of my favorite things to do with YouTube is take OBS, record these guys on there that are splattering and running nasty signals, and you just upload those for people to look at. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Over? Yeah, it's bigger than that.
Yeah, they're
Well, yeah.
There's
More
so
like
many
7, 8, 9.
signals. Now, since I've started running an SDR with Thetis, there are more radios that are either overdriven with audio or they're overdriving amplifiers. And you can
that's
see
what I
the
think it is.
products, and it's
They're-
just like, oh my God.
I think they're overdriving their amps and just
Yeah.
splattering super wide.
Well, you can do it with a 100-watt radio that's barefoot. If you crank that mic gain up or jack the compression up too much,
Yeah.
you'll overdrive them, and you will get intermodulation distortion on them. It's not hard to do,
Not at all.
and you can see it. I mean, you can hear it. If you're listening on decent equipment, you can actually hear it. When it's really bad, they get kind of a fuzzy sound to them.
I've only had one person while I was out at the park tell me that I was over driving, and I was only doing, I think 30 watts with about probably about 45% mic gain on my audio. And I can tell you right now, he's in this room in this live with us right now, sitting up above me.
Yep.
But everybody else,
when you turn your power up again, Sonny, then you got to back off your mic gain on your radio. I think that's what we ended up having to do that time.
I don't remember. I really don't.
That's not normal. Usually, once you get your mic gain set, you're good. You can turn the RF power up and down, but maybe some radios act a little different. But
Yeah, I think he cranks it up when he's down in low wattage. Don't you, Sonny?
No, I don't. Everything on mine stays the same.
Oh.
okay. Yeah,
I run between 50 and 65% on my mic grain.
I will tell you,
gain.
Sonny, the raspiness of your voice will give people the impression that it's a little overdriven.
Yeah,
But it's your voice.
right. I get that, and I've had a lot of people tell me that I got a very beautiful face for radio.
It's funny. They always tell me I've got a voice for print. Well, I guess I could go in the newspaper business. I don't think that's making much money anymore. All online. By the time they put it together and print a newspaper and get it to you, it's that's like a day old information.
I was told I need to start a hula class.
A hula class, huh?
I mean, come on. You were here when I broke Alex.
Oh God, no.
Oh,
don't
yeah.
go there.
Oh yeah. I remember well.
I think everybody does. That was funny that night. That was so hilarious.
People with 3D printers should be thinking right now.
I'll be
All
right
right, we
back.
only got one vote for if a net has interfered with you or not.
Me.
So hit a 1 or a 2. 1 for yes, 2 for no. If you've been interfered with when you're doing activation by a net.
I think most of my interference comes from people that are either overdriving stuff and splattering all over the place or something like that. Or the people that just think, oh, well, I'm 2K away. It's fine. I'm on a different channel.
Yeah.
That was an
Yeah, I
interesting-
try and stay 3K away from everybody.
Yeah. Well, I haven't even been on the air for like 3 months. Well, no, that's not true. I did an activation a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, something like that. But I used to get in with a group that we would do anything from 6 to 10 kilohertz wide of audio. But we're a bunch of audio nuts.
Yeah.
But we go down in the extra portion where there's room to do it. You know, you're probably not going to do it on a Saturday night because it gets a little busier, but you got to have room to do it. You know.
Chris, which net has interfered with you? Because I think that's when we get interfered with and told that they're going to overrun us, the spiderweb net. And just so everybody knows, yes, I'm a little bitter about this.
We hadn't noticed.
As am I, and I don't blame you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to blatantly just say, well, we're just going to turn our amps on and bowl you over, that's crap.
Yep. It's exactly what they did.
Yep.
Twice.
And those guys would whine and scream and cry and stomp their feet and have a tantrum if somebody come in and did that to them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know. It's I think every ham radio operator that's ever got on HF has had that complaint at one time or another. Other than the guys that the only thing they do is turn their radio on 2 seconds before the net, get in the net, and shut it off when the net's over.
We had a guy on 2 meters that would do that. He'd come in, he'd be like, hey, just turn the radio on to catch the net. This is what I did, blah, blah, blah. And he was a regular. He was there without fail.
Was that the only time his radio was on?
Yeah. The only time his 2 meter radio would be on is for Thursday nights at 8:00.
Wow. I used to actually keep, because in my area, I mean, we're out in rural areas, so there's not like you got to worry about 50 people around the area being on. But I would leave 5.2 on all night long because there's a pretty good highway that runs close to me. And it's like, well, if somebody gets in a pickle and they want to holler out on 5.2, I'll hear it. Hopefully.
I have the 991 and I have all my frequencies programmed in for 2 meter 440. And I used to scan that every night, but then we had so many people on APRS off of frequency. So they'd be hitting the local repeaters and stuff like that. APRS. We actually had the president of the club. There's a state link in South Dakota. And so every, whatever it is, 10, 15 minutes, whatever the beacon time is, for 2 days straight, he beaconed the entire South Dakota net. So I don't care for APRS either.
Well, I mean, it's one thing when the person makes an occasional mistake, but it sounds like it's a habit there.
Oh, well, that was on the state link, and it wasn't too long ago on our local repeater. Another gentleman from our club was doing it.
I'm guessing that's maybe a hiccup with running dual banders or something where they're kicking over on, the VHF or UHF, one or the other, and then they forget, and then the APRS packet stuff is shooting across the wrong side, is what it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, it made me completely hate APRS, so I have nothing to do with APRS anymore.
I ran APRS probably about 3 days on my radio, and I got tired of getting messages. Hey, I see where you are. Hey, I see you're over here. Hey, I see you're over there. Hey, hey, quit stalking me.
If I need
Turn it
somebody to know where I'm at, I got my cell phone,
Yeah.
You can broadcast your
I got a
location to
wife.
select people,
I got a wife.
and you got a wife.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're looking at, everything fell apart and the cell network's down, okay, that might be a handy feature to
Right.
have. But I'm pretty sure if you can get some power to a radio, you can call out on the radio and go, hey, this is me over here. I could use this if somebody could do that.
Right.
There's a lot of other ways of getting information across too.
Yeah.
Listen, amateur radio is a great thing. It's a great thing, and it's been proven time and time again. It helped me. I was stuck on the side of the road with a flat tire, and I had 3 people show up. And meanwhile, my wife is walking down the road trying to get a cell signal. And I'm like, just come on back. I'll yell out on the radio. KD8LHR, anybody out here? Yeah. Hey, what are you doing right now? I got a flat tire. I'm heading your way. Where you at? And I proved to her that, amateur radio's where it's at rather than cell phone.
Yep. We used to have
as I have my cell phone here.
used to have a pretty good group around our area. I got a lot of people to get their license. Some of them have hung on to them. Others, of course, let them expire. But we used to have a simplex around here that we all ran on 2 meters. And it was almost like any time of the day, you could just key up and throw your call sign out. And somebody would be like, hey, what's going on, Dave? That was nice. Now everybody's off on Facebook or TikTok or something on their phone or whatever.
Yeah, we got a local simplex around here that we use as well, and we would use it for our Aries. And when I was into the Aries thing, I didn't feel like Aries is a great thing too. It really is, but I don't think it's necessary to have all them certifications just to participate in Aries. So I was I was asked to stand in because I got net control operator or whatever experience. So I was asked to be a net control operator. And I stood in, I did net control for like a week for them or 2 weeks for them. And I was like, well, here's the thing. If we lose power and we don't have battery backup at the repeater, now we did our nets on a repeater. Let's go to simplex. Let's not 520, something other than 520. Let's go somewhere other than 520 and let's do the net there. So we initiate the net on 715 or no. Yes, on our local repeater. And then we would move from there. We'd do 30 minutes on the repeater, and then we'd move to the simplex frequency and do 30 minutes on there. And that's where we would practice our relays and stuff like that and do all that. That's great. That's awesome. And if there's ever an emergency, Aries is supposed to be there and do whatever and, help out on any situation, not just emergencies, because we also did bike runs. We did bike tours, like Tour de France or whatever. Français, parlez-vous, voulez-vous, maman, and all that other wee stuff. So there are different aspects of ham radio that are good for the community. And nets can be good for the community as long as they learn their place and, be courteous. Just be courteous. And that'll be back up and running next week and Saturday. Next Saturday, I'm going to be back up and live in the park in a twofer. Come and hunt me. Come and get me. I'll be calling CQ POTA in a twofer, 45 watts. If you hear me, you hear me. If you don't hear me, then
you say, turn up the radio.
Yeah, then I get people like Bill. Hey, turn it up.
Give her all the watts.
Give it all the watts. Give it all the watts. You need to make a song about that, Bill. Give it all the watts. Start right. That's the name. All the watts. All right. This is homework for the chat before we leave tonight. We're at 56 minutes before we leave for the end of the show here. Homework is everybody come up with lyrics for the song All the Watts.
All the watts.
Next Monday, have some lyrics for us, and we'll try and get them all written down, and we'll come up with a song, and Bill would do a tune like that, and that's going to be the tune. Bill's ringtone right there.
We're going to make it happen.
I'm seeing some potential for some AI stuff going on here.
No AI.
I'm already on it.
No AI.
No, it's song and everything, man. Come on. You don't want me to sing it.
I took part in Northern Indiana and are good. A lot of farmers. Right. You're absolutely right, Adam. There's a lot of stuff that can be shared on nets for sure. Wake up, Alex. That, is very, Alex is so reading something.
No. I'm betting he's typing a prompt in an AI.
I had an AI reading a voicemail that was coming in right now to me.
Pretty soon we're not going to be able to do anything with that AI.
Tell Ted we said hi.
From barefoot power to legal limit. Shot flips a switch, see what we got. Oh, Chat GPT, this could be good.
Let's get her done.
A ham radio anthem. It even subtitled it.
Okay, see this is what AI is good for right here.
Beautiful.
Oh. That's what my shack looked like once.
X that I just saw somebody put up there, and they said this is when your wife uses AI when she wants you home as fast as possible. She uses AI to make this and then texts it to you.
What do I do?
I think at that point it's probably no point in getting in a rush. I think I'd be going, why are you texting me instead of calling the fire department? But that's just me.
All right. Well, we're at 1 hour. I suppose we should shut it down.
Time to say sayonara.
AI work on All the Watts song for next week. And so we'll go from there. So I guess I will. Go ahead,
I'm hearing in my head some sort of let's see, Sir Mix-a-Lot type song here, or
I like Big Watson. I cannot lie.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
That's the radio songs out on YouTube.
You don't hear much from Alex until he sings a song.
So he likes his big watts. All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up.
All right.
So it's been a great show again. I'll say goodbye. I'm Bill, Whiskey 0 Kilo Alpha Lima. Dave, go ahead.
Hey, this is Dave, WD9N. Thanks for sticking around and putting up with our shenanigans.
Alex, Whiskey 6, Whiskey. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend.
All the whiskey.
All the whiskey. This is Kilo Delta 8 Lima Hotel Radio. POTA Boy over here in Northeast Ohio saying 7-3s. Don't forget your homework. Let's have some lyrics next Monday night. 7-3s, everybody. Peace, love, and the ham fam.
Yes, and just
Everyone,
like Hillbilly
hit that
Ham
like
said,
button.
hit that like button. Goodbye. We'll see you next week, same time.